Welcome everyone. Today we have a November 7th balance update. There's quite a bit of the general things which we'll skip on. Let's look into the gameplay. So with the gameplay, fire now does lethal damage. For those that didn't know, fire does 2.5% of the maximum health of the enemy per second. That means HOBGEN no longer leaves the enemy at 1%, which is a very big thing, because it used to be there's 5 enemies at 1% or 1 HP just doesn't die. So that's a good buff to HOBGEN. Knights, well, apparently they wasn't there getting magic damage reduction, now they do, which is great. The biggest thing changed is break no longer affect alliance. So what that means is break still can be useful against passive units, or especially useful against the archer that gets repetitive damage as N6 summons the archer each time it dies with Despite My Rage, which is level 15 talent. But break no longer takes away armor from warrior, no longer takes away bonus health from the brownies. So break is suddenly becoming from tier S of the passive into like a tier B. So it's very much weaker. I'm not even sure if I want to go into the break path with N6 now because of how weak it is. Because to be fair, how many times do we get the archer eventually? Not many times, right? If that's the only counter, break is not that good. This also nerfs the units that breaks. Shadow Demon and also the Nyx Assassin. Hero changes. N6 no longer get an instant burst heal with the Boom of Healing. She now has healing over time extended from 5 to 10 doubled, and also from 5 to 8 seconds. This means that, there were times the unit just didn't die instantly, and it was really annoying, and this is a good change or good nerf to N6. On top of that, you get the burst healing come out of it if you pick a level 10 talent. But the sacrifice is you no longer have the bruiser or the archer with double attack. So it is a trade-off if you go for a full healer build and less damage for N6, which we kind of want both. Now, after changing the... how should I say it? After changing the break, they also reduced instant regret to 5 seconds. I don't think it's necessary, but sure, do that if you want, because it will affect units like Luna, especially, and units like Draw Ranger, units that uses passives. But to be honest, well, now that break is changed without affecting alliance, instant regrets, I won't pick that, to be honest. Not that strong. Arc Warden, and there's a nerf to Arc Warden, guys. Now stacking attack speed on Arc Warden is less good, because they have 50% less damage. What that means is he will still do proc damage like Maelstrom, like the damage from the Basher, but he will not benefit that much from Data List, and also items like Divine Rapier, the Bloodthorn, etc. And attack speed will be less great for him. So think of this. Arc Warden does 80 damage, with Image he does 80 plus 80, now he does 80 plus 40. They nerfed that by 25%, to be honest, so it's not that bad of a nerf, but it is a nerf, which is a great direction. Yeah, good direction. Axe got a buff. No one picks Axe no more, but they keep buffing him. That's okay, we can drop around some brownies. Now that break is gone. Blaziken got a change. Less armor and a little bit more health, and also he increased attack speed. I wouldn't recommend Blaziken in the current metagame for the late game, because most units he faces have like 4000, 2000 HP. And with his attack damage and his attack speed, it will take infinity for him to kill the enemy and get some life back. It's just not like before, units don't have double HP, he can still kill a few. Now he can't even kill a Draw Ranger fast, so that's a problem with Blaziken. Maybe you get him 3-star, that would be good with Deadeye. And hey guys, welcome, hey Nenua. Yes, we're expecting to see a mix of both now, definitely. And yeah, Arc got nerfed. Hey there, Cat, good to see you, buddy. Welcome guys. We're just going through the patch today, and then we're gonna have some games. I'm gonna test both. So, HOBGEN with Explosive. The animation is reduced quite a bit, guys, if you think about it. So it's reduced by 1.6 seconds, which is close to 50%, which is great. This makes HOBGEN Mage much more viable. Let's go crazy. I really use this skill. Oh, by the way, the birds are saying hi, guys. So, the hype cost reduced, silences HOBGEN because he keep casting spells that waste his Let's Go Crazy, increase attack speed, increase attack range. So it turns him into a damage dealer, but if he can't equip any items, it's not going to be effective. So I'm very skeptical on the Let's Go Crazy. I just feel like it can work at times, but most of the time you just want him to do burst damage. Well, we shall see, we'll test it out. Firebreak, damage reduction goes to 45%. The downside is, unless HOBGEN is in the front line, it basically, how should I say it? Unless HOBGEN is in the front line, he doesn't give the he doesn't give the supercharge to the frontline units, which takes damage reduction to great effectiveness. He'll give to units in the backline first, and then he slowly give to the frontline. Then because of that, it's less effective at the start of the rounds, and it becomes more effective once there's a few units left. But I might pick it. Just with the reduction to cooldown and everything, this will be interesting. Now Feedback Look is back. This is the great skill with Tinker. Imagine Tinker. He does damage, he deals damage with his spells, then he gets mana, then he deals damage with his spells at 3-star. So this will be an insane Tinker with 45% damage reduction. I'll try that. Lifestealer. Oof. Excuse me. Lifestealer got a slightly upgrade, so better attack speed, much needed, which is not that high though. Better rates of percentage of lifesteal and damage, it's okay. Well, he's a tier 3 that rarely uses him because his passive is just not strong enough. Likely when you find 2-star lifestealer, you're facing about 7 to 8 enemies. And if that's the case, no way he can lifestealer back. Magnus. So Magnus got more HP buff, but nothing too fancy. His damage and attack speed is not high enough to make him a carry to do damage. He's like a support shaman that buffs himself first than other people. He's like Ogre, but in the terms of cleave damage and bonus damage. Punch Hook is nerfed. That's great. I want to see his HP change. Maybe give him 0 armor because he's still a warrior. And yes, there's a warrior change coming. So that means there's less hooks to go around. But usually the first one is most deadly. This way he won't survive to the second one likely, which is not bad. Big change to Reivew. Oh boy, I want to play HOBGEN mages. The minimum damage goes up, but the maximum damage is doubled. What that means is, if you position your Reivew correctly, and the enemy that's further outside will take a lot more damage. I think we can make Reivew work. So mages and Primordial is definitely coming back. Chola nerf. The bonus attack speed is nerfed, and also the stacks are nerfed. Well, it's justifiable, and sometimes it gets too strong, but well, it takes a file out of chores, I have to say. Back then, 2-star Chola with Mass Madness used to be a game changer. I wonder if it still works. Viper buffed, much needed, because I feel that he was getting too weak with his damage, but maybe that's a lot of damage. We'll try that as well. Oh, that's right. So the damage speed changed. Reduced damage speed but higher stacks. So that means he will get back to his true potential once he get enough stacks. But the downside is he rarely gets to his true potential because he does a lot of damage. He eventually kills the enemy before he gets to his true potential of like 12 stacks. Because if you go to a different target, you'd lose all the stacks. 4 staff no longer disabled by break. It's very minimal. I rarely pick 4-star. Helm of a Die. They clearly stated break will disable the helm, and also if you already have the helm, you get broken, then you lose the helm. But break is nerfed, so it's a buff to helm because if no one picks break, the helm is buffed. Alliance change. Brute. They really want us to play Brute. They doubled their passive. So 30% to 70%. That means Brutes are going to counter warriors or melee units. Knights, warriors that kind of deal damage in the front line if possible. But keep in mind, it's only attack damage, so spell damage is still there. And it's a big counter to warriors if Brute can survive. Damage debuff, a bit more damage. Demons. Finally, you're no longer silenced by enemy demons. I was like, what? Enemy casts a spell, my demons are silenced? What? Doesn't make sense, but that's better. Because my Shadow Fiend was just like disco dancing every 2 seconds, never get his spells off. Heartless nerf, much needed. Notice 2-tier Heartless is unchanged. That's okay because, well, if you committed to 4 Heartless, you deserve the 10. But 1 tier of Heartless nerf to 3 is quite strong. I was expecting nerf to 4, but 3 is okay. Warriors, much needed nerf again. The buff on Warriors go to 7 and 20, so 6 Warriors still benefit, but 3 Warriors only have 7 armor. Similar to Chairmail, 7 is a magical number, guys. I like it. Yeah, 7's not bad. Now keep in mind with the Brute, although you think 70% is a lot, etc. because they debuff the damage, but they only debuff the units they get to attack. And what happens is, you only attack the front line and tanks. You don't expect tanks like Tiny or Pudge to do damage. You nerf Pudge's 50 damage to like 10 or 20, it won't change much. It's a backline hunters or rangers or range units like Arc Warden and this damage. Boots will never reach them unless you already won the frontline battle. And if you already won the frontline battle, it won't change much, they already lost, right? So it will counter the warriors, because warriors are mostly melee units. And even the damage it does a melee, except Troll Warlord. Overall, nice direction, and I do like the adjustment tweaks to Underlord. I like the changes over here. I like the buffs to HOBGEN, Undertrauma HOBGEN, and mages. And lastly, I can't wait for the 2 new Underlords. We can see their name in some of the old overlays, so I'm really excited for those, and hopefully they release City Crawler and 2 new Underlords very soon. I want to see some news on it. Let me know if you guys hear anything, and let me know what you think about this patch in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching today's guide, guys. I'll make more reviews and more guides as they come, and the tournament's coming as well. So definitely check it out. I'll start live streaming the tournament tomorrow.